Hey guys, I know I've been gone for a while. My apologies, but I am back. And do you notice anything different about me? Anything in this area? I had my port removed recently. And I actually recorded some of it, not the actual procedure, but talking to the doctor, going there. I recorded some of my trip, and I wanted to share that with you. This port I had for about 6 years, and it's, they put it in to give you your medications, chemo, fluids, when you have a problem with, especially when you have a problem with being septic, which I had when I was in the hospital. It's supposed to be safer because it's less opportunity for bacteria to get into your system. So I had it in, and usually they don't recommend removing it until you're at the 5-year mark with your remission, which means you're cured. They consider that cured. And so I'm almost at my 5-year mark. I think I'm more around 4 years, maybe closer to 4 than 5. But I was ready to remove this port. One thing the port represents to me is, a reminder of things that I don't necessarily want to remember. It reminds me of everything that I've been through and all that pain and all that stuff. So I wanted to get rid of it for that reason. First and foremost, I don't want to, be reminded every time I look in the mirror about, this experience. It kind of takes me back, or took me back to that every day. And then the second reason is fear. A lot of people keep their ports in for decades. They just don't remove it. It just becomes a part of them. And my port did become literally a part of me, but they just leave it. And, I think that people leave it as a what if, like what if this cancer comes back? I don't want to get another port put in and go through all that. Also, it's a procedure to have it removed. So it's like, okay, do I want to go through that? The procedure is actually very simple. It doesn't take long under normal circumstances, and nothing about my circumstances are ever normal. So I'll get to that in a minute. But I think what it really comes down to is fear, that thought that it could come back. And I just want to embrace my healing. I want to embrace moving forward. I want to embrace just living. I don't want to live in fear. I don't want to live feeling like, something bad might happen. We never know what's going to happen regardless. But I want to walk in abundance and possibility and healing and wholeness. So I wanted to have it removed for that reason. And most importantly, a port doesn't go with a single outfit. I kid you not. Nothing you wear matches a port. Okay? It's the worst accessory in the whole world. And I wanted to get rid of it because I want to wear things and not have this thing sticking out. And then also, people stare. I consider it like also the world's worst conversation piece. People stare. They don't want to say anything. They don't know if they should ask. And I never mind people asking. I would just tell you. I can talk about anything. But someone who doesn't know me doesn't know that. Even people who do know me, they'll look, and it's just part of Melissa. But I don't want it there anymore. I don't want it to be like this curiosity. It's like something that kind of, it gets in the way. I don't know. I just wanted to get rid of it. I'm ready to move forward. And so that's what I did. I made the appointment and I got rid of the port. So here we go. It was always a good, like a blessing to be so close to such great health care. So this is my journey. And this is the world-renowned Perlman Center right ahead, where I am headed to for my procedure. And And here you're going to get a really brief look at the Philly Center City skyline. There are always attendants at the elevators. One of the nice things about the Perlman Center, they're always there to help you out, especially because, there's so many really sick people. And on this floor, the attendant there, she's known me for, well, goodness, years now, me coming there. And she's seen me go from completely feeble, my mom pushing me in a wheelchair, to me coming, able-bodied, walking in. And she used to say, oh my goodness, because it's been such a contrast to when she first saw me to now. And it's always nice to see her and say hi and chat for a bit. So I'm here and I'm just waiting to be called to register to go to the back. Oh, the hallways. Yeah, that's another thing about going to the hospital and these healthcare centers. They all have these long hallways, and you're walking down these hallways to, the area you have to be at, and you think about the procedure or the test you're going to do, and it can raise so much, anxiety and expectation, and, you're just walking down these hallways like, okay, when am I going to get there? When am I going to get there? It just takes forever. And so this time around, I was chatting up the assistant, walking me down and asking him questions that he had no answers to. But, yeah, so almost there. Now have to take off my dress, get in the robe, and put my stuff in the bag. A warm blanket. Oh, it feels so good. I'm not getting comfortable. Oh, it's so warm. I need to do this at home. Yummy. Dr. Snicky who's going to tell me about the port. Okay, go ahead.
So we're going to be removing the port today, and removing it is much easier than putting it in. Okay. So we generally don't sedate you for this.
Really?
Yeah. I mean, if you want sedate, do you have a ride with you today?
No, I don't. So
So then.
Okay.
Okay. But what we do is we do this with numbing medication. Whether we sedate you or not, you're going to feel the numbing medication. Okay. So that'll sting and burn for a good 90 seconds or so. I'm going to give it right over your port, and then I'll make an incision over your old scar, take the port out, and then close it up. Your incision is going to be closed with some dissolvable stitches and some skin glue. Skin glue is purple in color. You can shower this evening. When you shower, just let the water and soap fall over the incision. Don't scrub the incision. That glue will flake off on its own over the next 10 to 14 days, so don't pick at it.
Okay.
Your main limitation is not to lift anything over 20 pounds for 10 days. You
Okay.
can drive, you can move your arm, and lay on your right side, just no heavy lifting.
Oh, okay.
Once that incision is healed, you can swim, you can do whatever you want.
Okay.
Okay, you just don't want the incision to bust open.
Right. Okay.
Okay.
I'm ready. Thank you.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. I was conscious actually, but they numbed me, and they kept saying, you know, brace myself for this burning feeling and then it would hurt. And so I was really like, oh my God. But the fear of the pain was worse than the actual pain. There was almost no pain. It was like little pricks. And then he did something and I was like, okay, are they going to start? But he had already started. So the nurse told me, okay, so now he's going to go deeper. And he went deeper and I was holding on to her, you know, but only because I was expecting it to be really bad. And it wasn't at all. So, and you know, I get electrolysis, so I'm used to being stuck a million times. I didn't feel anything. It was fine. And the one thing, as far as the, you know, anesthesia, it was fine. But I had a lot of scar tissue around my port. And, you know, when I was talking to the nurse beforehand, he said, oh yeah, it'll be 5 minutes. You'll be out of there. It comes right out. But when I got in there was so much scar tissue. They literally said it doesn't usually take this long. My body or that port, I don't know, that port didn't want to leave me. And, you know, it was like one with my body. So there was so much scar tissue. The doctor was like pulling on it. I was like, oh my God, you're going to kill me. So he kept yanking on it and he could not get it out. And it got to the point where they actually had to get an x-ray machine and put it over me so he could see how to get it out, which is also an unusual thing. And so they finally got it out. He had to like get rid of all that tissue around it. And I can still feel the scar tissue right here. This is where it was, and this was the incision. And the nurse, after the doctor left, she was like, wow, you made his doctor break a sweat, you know? So he had to work for his money that day. But like I said, with me, nothing is ever normal. So this is the, it was a lot bigger. This whole area was covered with this adhesive to keep the stitching together. I think the stitches are supposed to dissolve because they didn't recommend I come back to remove them, but they just said I had to go 10 days without any heavy lifting. Yeah, that didn't happen. But I tried to rely more on my left side, so. But I lift things, so you know, that wasn't that much of a possibility for me. But it's fine. You know, it's the sticky stuff is going away. It's been, I wanted to do this video immediately, but I couldn't. So, but it's been about 2 weeks and this is still here. I don't rub on it in the shower. It's very adhesive-y. It doesn't just come off. And so that's good. But I've been trying to take it off myself. The doctor said not to pick at it, you know. But those first 10 days are long gone. So I'm starting to just kind of like get rid of the stuff that's kind of ungluing little by little. And so I'm really happy. I'm happy to have it gone, and I can't see what it looks like in a year from now when it's really healed and, you know, maybe just a little scar left. But, you know, I'm walking in purpose and I'm walking in my intentions, and I'm happy to be able to close this chapter of my life and just keep praying and keep being, you know, positive, even in my down times when I'm like, why am I working this hard? Because I've come to a point where I feel so good, I can work, and it's like, wow, this is working. It's like, I forgot, you know, when you want to do something, you got to work, and I'm hustling right now. So I'm going to tell you guys more about some things that have been going on recently, and but this is a major thing, and I just wanted to share that with you. And thank you for watching the Rainbow and Bloom channel. If you haven't subscribed, please do so below. If you like this video, like it. And do you have a story about your port? If you have a port, if you've had cancer, or if you needed it for something else, can't imagine what. But, you know, let me know. Let me know what you think. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.